Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into James Clear's hugely influential book, Atomic Habits.
Right.
If you've ever felt, overwhelmed by big goals or struggled to make changes stick, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Yeah.
Most self-help tells us to chase these, like, monumental breakthroughs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Claire kind of quietly dismantles that whole myth. He shows us that true, lasting transformation doesn't really come from a flash of willpower.
No, not at all.
It's from the near invisible, almost mundane choices you make.
Mm.
So consistently, they reshape your very identity, almost without you noticing sometimes.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how Clear shifts our focus. It's not just dream bigger, it's actually focus smaller.
Focus smaller.
This isn't just another, motivational pep talk. It's a really practical system.
Mm.
It's for reprogramming your behavior, starting with stuff that seems almost insignificant.
Mm.
We'll explore how simple ideas like identity-based habits can literally change who you become. And crucially, why designing your environment rather than just relying on willpower, which can be so fickle, why that's your most powerful tool for change, for sustainable change.
That identity part is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Identity-based habits. Clear isn't just talking about doing things differently. He's talking about being different.
Exactly.
He famously says, the goal is not to read a book, it's to become a reader. But, for a lot of people, becoming someone new feels like this giant leap.
It does. It feels daunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does he suggest we actually embody that new identity, especially if we're, like, starting from zero?
Well, that's precisely where the genius is, I think. Clear argues that every single action you take, it's like a vote for the kind of person you want to become.
A vote. Yeah.
You don't just wake up one day and poof, you're a runner.
Right.
But every time you put on your running shoes, maybe you just walk around the block.
Yeah.
You're casting a vote for that runner identity.
Oh, okay. Little votes.
Little votes. It's about building tangible evidence for your desired self. Slowly, consistently, until it starts to feel authentic. It's not just a mental trick, It actually leverages our brain's desire for consistency. So every small action reinforces that path towards the person you want to become.
It sounds really transformative, this idea of becoming a reader or a writer.
Yeah.
But the big question is still how?
Yeah.
How do you actually bridge that gap from just intending to do something to actually doing it?
Yeah, the doing part.
That's where Clear gives us his, like, ingenious, almost scientific approach, the habit loop.
Mm-hmm.
Cue, craving, response, reward. He says understanding that cycle is key.
Exactly. And building on that loop, he distills it down into this incredibly practical framework.
Yeah.
The 4 laws of behavior change.
The 4 laws, right?
To make a habit stick, you make it.
Yeah.
1, obvious. 2, attractive. 3, easy. And 4, satisfying.
Obvious, attractive, easy, satisfying. Got it.
The brilliance is just how simple and elegant it is. And if you want to break a bad habit, you just flip it. Reverse the laws.
So make it invisible.
Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. It's a clear roadmap. It's not just abstract theory. It's designed to work with your natural tendencies, not fight against them.
I know for me, relying on willpower always felt like fighting this constant uphill battle. It's exhausting.
It really is.
But Clear offers this completely liberating idea here.
Hmm.
What if our environment is actually more powerful than our motivation?
That's a game changer.
It really is. When you realize you can sort of design your way to better habits, instead of just gritting your teeth through it all.
Yes.
He gives simple examples like putting a book on your pillow if you want to read more, or just making unhealthy snacks harder to reach. Little things.
That's such a crucial insight. It directly addresses that common trap of relying on raw discipline, which often fails us.
Yeah.
Famously states, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems.
Oof. That hits home.
It does. And for someone feeling maybe overwhelmed by the idea of building entire systems, it starts small. Just one tiny change to your environment can start tilting the odds in your favor.
Okay.
Creating those paths of least resistance he talks so much about, it really highlights how much friction we sometimes unconsciously create for ourselves.
So, okay, what does this all mean for you listening? This deep dive into atomic habits really reveals that transformation comes from understanding that habits are, like he says, the compound interest of self-improvement.
Such a great phrase.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's about consistently making those small, almost invisible choices. and designing systems that work for you, not against you. This isn't just a book you read once and forget.
No way.
It's more like a living manual, right? A roadmap you'll probably find yourself revisiting as your life and your goals evolve.
And bringing it all together, the real profound impact of Atomic Habits is how it empowers you with these tangible, actionable tools. It's not just theory, which raises, I think, a really important question. If every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become, what kind of person are your daily votes actually building for you?
That's the core of it.
Yeah. So consider not just setting a goal, but how you can use Clear's 4 laws, making those desired habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying to cast those votes consistently, to literally engineer the identity you aspire to have.
If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe.